So welcome. My name is Peter Strong and I provide therapy online over Skype. Many people like the convenience of online psychotherapy because it means that you can manage your own therapy process from home without having to leave home and go to a therapist's office. This is much more conducive to making progress, in my opinion, because you feel more in control. It's less intimidating, and it's just much more empowering for you to be able to have your therapy sessions at home. If you are interested in learning more about therapy online through Skype, do please contact me through my website. So, the style of therapy that I offer, which works extremely well online, is called Mindfulness Therapy. And really the whole focus of Mindfulness Therapy is to teach you very effective, practical ways of managing your anxiety or depression. This means looking at the underlying structure of your emotions. What do I mean by the structure of emotions? Well, every emotion is associated with some form of underlying imagery. An emotion is created by the way that we see the emotion or thought in the mind. If, for example, that imagery is very large, then that will produce very intense feelings. If the imagery is positioned above us in our inner psychological space, then we will feel overwhelmed. That's why we use terms like feeling overwhelmed or feeling that your emotions are getting on top of you, feeling weighed down by your anxiety or depression, etc. These are visual phrases referring to a visual psychological process. So this is a very important area that we explore during mindfulness therapy sessions. We want to see this imagery, because when you can find out more about the structure of that imagery, then you have choices. Then you can begin to change that imagery in a direction that leads to change in the emotion. When you change the imagery, you change the emotion. And then you can literally feel like you are getting on top of the situation. You are getting on top of your emotions. Because we see ourselves on top of the emotion. That is exactly what is happening psychologically. Now we can take charge of that process by bringing mindful concentration and conscious awareness to examine the structure of our emotions. So this is one part of the mindfulness-based online therapy that I offer. Another part of the mindfulness therapy process involves learning how to change your relationship to your emotions entirely, so that you are not compelled to identify with those emotions and become a prisoner of emotions that get triggered. It's learning to break free from those emotional habits. And this is made possible by developing more consciousness of those habits. The more you illuminate emotional habits, the less power they have, the more the imagery will change, and the more you will feel a sense of choice, of freedom in relationship to those emotional reactions. So, those are two of the processes that we explore during mindfulness therapy. And each of these sessions can be very powerful indeed in helping you fundamentally change the inner landscape of your emotions. If this interests you, do please contact me and let's schedule a Skype therapy session. Online therapy is becoming very popular these days, and there are now many online therapy sites to choose from, but very few offer this quality of mindfulness therapy that I provide online. So if mindfulness therapy interests you, let's schedule a session through Skype and see how it works for you. Thank you.